Did the outfit look okay?
Yes, you're beautiful.
Thanks, Anthony. Biggest hype man right here. What would I do? What would I do without him? Mari, it's so great to see you.
So nice to meet you.
And meet you in person.
Yes, in person.
Shout out to Joe for introducing us.
I know.
I've heard amazing things about you.
Thank you.
So Mari, where are you from? What do you do? Who is Mari?
I'm originally from Russia, and everyone asks me why I moved to New York, and I moved to New York to chase my dreams.
Okay,
Yes.
and what are those dreams?
So literally, I wanted to live in New York and be a makeup artist and work in fashion. So I started doing makeup back in Russia, and that was my big dream. I wanted to do fashion shows and, pursue that career, and that's what I do.
You've made it happen.
I'm living my dreams.
You're living the American dream, literally. When did you move here? How old were you?
15 years ago. So I was like 21.
So I want to understand just you a bit better and like how you even found your passion for makeup in the first place. When did that start?
I feel like I always loved it because I remember myself as a kid, like I always loved fashion. It was kind of like this escape for me because I grew up in a very small town in Siberia in the middle of nowhere. We didn't have anything. And I remember like a fashion magazine that was what I remember buying was Cosmopolitan. And like I would go from like the cover to like the last page. I would like read every single article, and for me it was like the way to escape, to like actually get in touch with the bigger world, and like looking at these pictures and like fashion and beautiful models. It was like kind of a dream. I started like taking all the beauty pictures that I liked and like repeating, like doing the makeup that I saw on myself and then do it on my friends, and I started doing makeup for everyone. And it was like a passion, and it was just like fun to do, but I never thought about it as a job. So yeah, that's where I think it started. And then when I was in college, I got into modeling just for a little bit. It all stopped with my first job, where I got my makeup done by a professional makeup artist for the first time, and I was obsessed. I was like, oh my God. I loved what she did. It was crazy heavy, like smoky eyes, and I looked crazy, but I loved it. When she was doing it, I was like asking her all the questions, and she ended up inviting me to a class she was teaching. So I took her makeup class, and that was my first introduction to like a professional makeup artistry.
And so you took your talents all the way to New York.
Yes.
Did you come here with a job, or did you come here with the intention of just figuring it out when you got here?
Since that first class, it was a lot of things happened, but I moved to Moscow, and in Moscow, I started doing makeup full time. And MAC Cosmetics opened the first store in Russia, like at the time when I moved there, and I was like, this is it. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna work there. So I passed the interview, I got the job, and I started doing makeup full time and started doing fashion shows and photo shoots, started meeting people. And then from there I was like, okay, this is it. I don't want to do anything else in my life. That's what I want to do. I want to do makeup. And then I started dreaming going to New York, and the only way for me to move was pretty much like student visa. So I applied for a makeup school in LA. It was like a big school, very like old, like big establishment. So I got a student visa, and I moved to LA.
To LA?
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't come straight to New York. You went to LA.
Yes.
So you did more school when you got to the States.
Yeah.
And what was that like? Like what does makeup school entail? Because someone like myself, and for maybe those listening, like I don't know much about the makeup world. It really truly is an art, and I would just love to hear more about like what that school really taught you and the lessons that you learned.
I think the school didn't teach me a lot about makeup itself, because I already been working. A lot of students there like never held a makeup brush in their life, so they were like so new, so they had to learn a lot. I came with already experience of working at MAC and doing all the shows. That was a little bit boring for me, to be honest, but what I learned is like the industry, how it works in the States, how they approach the job, and it's definitely, the industry been here much longer than in Russia or anywhere else. The Hollywood, all the makeup comes from like, the movies in here. So like it was definitely more history and approach to makeup is different. So I learned a lot of that and business of makeup.
What maybe even like surprised you about how the industry of makeup and Hollywood and glam just works in a foreign country?
I was surprised how, like, as a student with very, like, not bad, but very limited English, my English wasn't that great. I still could work. I still could find jobs and I could make things happen. So I feel like that understanding, if I work hard, like here in the States, like that American dream, it actually exists, where like I feel like some other places it might not be a case.
And what made it so accessible to you? Like, or what were you doing at the time that allowed you these amazing opportunities? And I would love to hear more about the work you were doing on the weekends while you were in school.
I was like just pursuing it. Like literally, I talking to everyone in school. What can I do? There was like on our school, they had Wednesday classes where they invite like industry working professionals who did like extra classes, not just like, the school program. I would go to all of them, meet people. There were a few like websites where production were looking for hair, makeup, or anyone else for like the photo shoots or video, like short student films. So I would like just apply for everything and just email everyone and just like put it out there. I'm like, I'm here, I want to build my portfolio, I want to work, I want to learn, and I'm willing to work for free or for very little, because at that point, like, all I want is just experience.
So do you feel like you really needed to work for free to build up your portfolio, your repertoire, and even
in the beginning,
your reputation?
In the beginning, yes. Okay. Because that, like, at that, like, at the beginning, I didn't have anything to show. No one knows who you are. Like, I had some pictures from Russia, from Russia, where I shot with like local photographers, but they weren't good enough. So I'm like, I had to build my portfolio here.
I can't even imagine what that's like coming to a place like America and having to do free work. But it's clear like you were so motivated that there was no other option.
Yeah.
And what did you experience from doing those like free pro bono shoots? Like, that must have been kind of crazy.
Some of it was crazy, but some of it was fun too. I learned a lot. I was on the first video shoot where like it was a student film. I was a director from like a film school, but it was a full-on project with lighting, with actors. I had to do a fake scar for the first time. They're like, can you do it? I'm like, of course. I'm like, let me find out how I do it. So like kind of figuring out things on the spot, but it was a great learning experience.
That's awesome. And how long were you actually in school for?
The program was about 8 months, so it wasn't that long, but after I finished the program, I decided to move to New York because I actually wanted to be in New York, but the best makeup school was in LA. So I'm like, okay, let me go to the school in LA, and I tried it, and I'm like, okay, it was fine, but I always wanted to live in New York. So I'm like, I moved to New York.
And did you come to New York with set clients, or you came here with nothing?
Nothing.
So you just moved.
I knew one photographer in New York that I randomly met through a friend like a year before that. I didn't know anyone.
So as a artist at the time, or obviously now you're still an artist, but what is like the most valuable asset to you? Is it your portfolio? Is it social media? Like, how did you really start to raise your own brand awareness?
Well, back then we didn't have social media.
Just kidding. No social media.
No social media. So it was very, very different. And it was all about your portfolio. So I had to work. I was working at night as a cocktail waitress. And during the day, I was building my portfolio, doing a lot of photo shoots for free just to build my portfolio. Then I started assisting to other makeup artists, the established makeup artists. So the same, I was making my money to pay my rent as a cocktail waitress and worked during the day as a makeup artist.
So this was a side hustle at the time. Okay.
Well, it just didn't pay enough.
Yeah.
So it just didn't pay enough. So I had to pay my rent somehow. So that was the way.
So when was the first shoot where you actually got paid for it?
I don't remember, but I mean, I was still getting paid for like assisting and small shoots, but it was just not enough. But I remember after a year living in New York, after 1 year of doing this two lives, I finally could say, I can stop like my night job, and I will concentrate only on makeup.
Wow. So after only 1 year, you were able to stop waitressing and serving and do pursue makeup full time.
Yeah.
So at that point, how much were you bringing in from just doing makeup alone?
I don't remember the numbers, but I mean, I had an apartment with roommates, one roommate in Brooklyn, and I was able to like make enough money to pay for that and pay for my living and have a little bit on the side. So like it was not crazy amount of money, but like I could like sustain my lifestyle.
Yeah, you didn't need the side hustle anymore.
Yeah.
So that's like pursuing your dream one-on-one is right there. Like 1 year of waitressing and being done is pretty incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
I think so.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's really incredible. So what I always find interesting about someone like yourself, would you consider yourself, I guess, a freelancer, right?
Yes.
Like what would you say is your title if we're thinking about a job title?
I mean, at this point, I do it all.
You do it all.
But I'm a freelancer. People still, so at this point, like right now, I don't have an agency, but I used to be represented by an agency before. And people confuse that when you are an artist represented by the agency, they're like, they think you have a job and you work for the agency. I'm like, no, you're still freelancing. They don't promise you anything. They don't owe you anything. And you're still a freelancer. So I pretty much freelance all my life. Like I had that job at MAC in Russia for 2 years, and that's all.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I guess like for someone like myself, like, and for other people out there who work in corporate America, right? Like typically we have goals and set outlines of, okay, I'm in sales and I have this certain number to hit each month. And if I don't hit that number, it's clear like I'm not doing well or performing. If I hit that number, I'm on track and can move up into the linear path that corporate America typically represents. But as a freelancer, and I'm always so curious how people like you stay motivated, and you seem so just motivated. You're gonna make it happen. You're coming to America. You've had this very perfect picture of what it seems like is the American dream, of what a lot of people think of when they think of wanting to come here. But how did you define goals for yourself, and what defined your success throughout your career when you knew like, okay, I'm making it and I'm getting somewhere?
I mean, I knew what I wanted to do, and I loved makeup, and there was like no other things I wanted to do as much as makeup. So for me, it was no plan B, and I was so passionate about it that I'm like, okay, that's what I want to do. And but there's no like straight path to it, and there's no like one like success point, because I feel like, okay, even like, okay, your goal is to get a cover of magazine, like let's say like Vogue or Elle, and then finally it happens. You get it, like it's in my portfolio, it's beautiful, and then I'm like, okay, now what? Okay, what's next? So there's always something that, like, there's something to get, somewhere to go, like next goal and new person, new celebrity, or whatever you want to do. So it never stops. I realized that later, in the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be next, I don't know, Pat McGrath or whatever. And then I realized that might not be my goal. Like I feel like being satisfied where you are, but also always driven like to go to the next level, that's already like a good way of, I don't know, be successful. Like for me, I'm like, okay, and waking up and loving what I do and being excited to go to work. I'm so excited that I have a job.
Yeah.
I wake up, I'm like, oh, today I'm working, yes. And I think that's also like, I'm like, okay, that's great for me. And being able to make a living, in New York City, which is one of the most expensive places on earth.
On earth, it's true.
Doing what I love, I'm like, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. So what's a typical day in the life of Mari? I feel like it probably changes on the regular. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you doing tomorrow?
So tomorrow I have a very busy day. I'm gonna try to work out. I love to work out. Like for me, like I need to work out to keep my energy. It's like it actually gives me energy. So I try to do it, but tomorrow is very early. We'll see. But tomorrow I have a full day shoot. It's a commercial shoot with my fashion client. And then during lunchtime, I take a meeting for my eyelash project. And while everyone is eating, I'm on my Zoom call. And then I have a client, per private client that I do makeup for. Right after the shoot, I pack my stuff, run to her, do her makeup, and then I have 2 events to go to. So
busy woman.
yes.
Can you share some really fun projects that you've worked on or that you're most proud of to this day? Can we name drop any clients?
Yes. I mean, okay. One, because it just happened to like Victoria's Secret. I loved working with Victoria's Secret. I didn't do this show, but I used to work with them. I did 5 shows from 2014 through, what was the last one, 2019. And I traveled with them. I did a bunch of shoots, and I work on the Tom Pichot team. Tom Pichot is one of the world's like biggest makeup artist. He now moved back to Paris, but I've done so many amazing things with him, and he's one of my mentors, and it was incredible. I went to Cuba to do a show with Chanel, like the first ever fashion show that happened in Cuba. Wow. I went to Qatar to do makeup for Maye Musk. She's one of my clients. I've done Mariah Carey.
Whoa, how was he meeting Mariah Carey?
She's a diva.
Yeah.
She's a diva in life, like in real life. She is who she is, and she's like, that's her. I'm like, I love it.
Be who you are.
Yes.
So have you ever done makeup for a client and had them be so disappointed in the work?
No. No. I like sometimes you don't just energies don't match, and that happens. But I feel like I'm very good at listening to what people want. And for me, makeup is not about me and what I want. It's about my client, what they want and how they want to feel. So, because some makeup artists, they have a look, and that's what they do. And like, that's my look. And no matter what you say, you hired me to do this, I'm doing it on you. For me, it's not like that. I'm like, okay, like, this is about my client, what they want, how they feel. And if they tell me, put the green lipstick on me, and I think it's crazy, I'm still gonna do it because that's what they want. So I feel like, because I don't take it personally, like, yeah, I don't think it ever happened where people like, no,
they're not like, oh, Mari, what did you do to my face?
I know, I want to see it again.
Okay, well, I guess that's a great thing. So yeah. I'm happy for you in that regard. So are you working on anything right now, like outside of your day-to-day, that you're really proud of?
Well, so I have my eyelash brand, and
what's that called?
It's called LASHLASH.
Oh my God.
I brought a little gift for you.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
It's the lashes. There's one style that my personal favorite at the moment, and then a few others that are very popular, and these are very easy to put on yourself. So I thought you should try them.
Oh my gosh, thank you. What inspired you to start a lash brand?
I made this product for myself because I could not find natural looking eyelashes. I remember sitting and cutting the eyelashes that I would get from the store and make them shorter and try to figure out how to make it more natural, because I had a few clients that no matter what you put on them, they still look too long, too big, too thick. And I'm like, okay, how do I figure out these lashes? And back then, I started this in 2018. All the lashes you can find, it was like short, medium, long. And I'm like, it's almost like one size fits all, but it doesn't. After working for a year on this product, I finally put it out.
That's incredible. So congratulations. So you use these lashes on all of your clients, yes. I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. So
and I'm wearing them too.
You are?
Yes.
Do you wear them every day?
Not every day. I wear them when I go out, and if I have photo shoots, interviews, or something like that. I'm just very lazy with my own makeup every day.
Are you? You're like, I do it too much on everyone else, and I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your go-to natural makeup look?
I like tinted moisturizer with SPF.
Very important to have sunscreen, always.
Yes. Concealer, blush, mascara. I always define my eyebrows, and lip gloss.
If there was only one piece of makeup that you could bring out with you, what would that be? Concealer. I actually agree with that too. Yeah. That is my biggest issue is the under eyes.
Yeah, the under eyes. And when I see when I'm tired, I can see it under my eyes. I'm like, no, we need
You're like, I need the concealer. Yeah. Is there a favorite trend right now, favorite makeup trend that you are doing on every client? I know you said every client's different, but maybe there's something consistent.
I've been into blush lately, especially for myself too, because I used to wear only bronzer, and now I'm like, oh, I like that. And blush is definitely very trendy, and you can now apply it not just on the apple of your cheeks. You can do it everywhere. You put on the eyes, you put on the temples instead of highlighter, so you can really play with that. And I like cream textures because then I use it as lip gloss or like lip color as well. So it's like I like multi-purpose products.
I do love like the Makeup by Mario, the cream blush,
Yeah.
to do a little lip tint, the cheek tint, even the little sunburn look on the forehead.
Yeah. Put it on your eyes in the eye crease.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the crease, just a little bit. It's like it just like wakes you up right away.
I feel like I'm such an amateur when it comes to makeup. I do the same thing every single day.
You look great.
Well, thank you. But I'm trying to get better at just, even if it's just with eyeshadow or doing something really easy with a highlighter or even like contouring. Where would you start for someone like myself that really has maybe, I kid you not, 7 makeup products that I use and that's it?
Sometimes you don't need that much. Sometimes 7 is enough.
Really? I go into, I'm like, I wish I could be more creative with my makeup, but I'm scared.
You know what? Be honest, I'm scared when I go to Sephora. It's so overwhelming.
It's so overwhelming. That's why I walk in and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I'm like,
even for you.
I'm
just shocked.
Go there. It's so much going on, and there's so many people, so many products, and there's so many colors. I'm like, I'm like, get me out of here.
Wow. Well, that makes me feel better because I'm very overwhelmed in Sephora as well.
Yeah.
But if there was like a new trend to try, like if you're looking at me right now and I'm pretty basic, is there something that you would enhance today?
I mean, I feel like because we about to get into the holiday season, I like a little bit of glitter. Like it's something like you can put the glitter on the eyes, a little bit on your cheekbones, just like to enhance and like look a little bit more fun. And now I feel like people wear glitter, like you don't have to wait for the night. Like it's like you can wear it during the day. You can do like a little liner with it. I love glitter. Not like chunky, but more like fine.
So highlighter is not glitter. This is separate.
Highlighter is a little different, but you can use glitter as a highlighter too. It's like it's just going to be a little different look.
Okay. Is there a brand right now that you're loving for a simple brown?
I mean, I always
pencil?
love Laura Mercier. They also make amazing cream caviar. They call it caviar stick. It's a cream eyeshadow, and they have like matte colors and shimmery colors, so you can play with both of them, but they're so easy to apply, and you literally can just put them on the eye, blend it with your finger, and they look amazing.
That's what I need, just something easy that I can just do a few like swipes and then off.
Yeah.
Do you think eyeshadow really makes a difference in your like overall look?
Yes, because with eyeshadow, like you can change the shape. So it's more like I use it as a like contour and change the shape of the eye, or enhance it, make it longer, or like open up the eye. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it can for sure.
Yeah. So I feel like on that trend, like this year, everyone's talking like the blushes, the dewy looks, the contouring, the thicker eyebrows. Has there ever been a trend in the past that you didn't believe in but ended up sticking?
I mean, I love the trends, but also the trends, they come and go, and they it's like nothing really like super new. Like they're like, oh, I'm like, okay, we've seen that in the 70s, okay, or we've seen this in the 90s, but they come back and maybe change a little bit. But I'm like, oh, it's cool, The one thing I'm like, please do not plug your eyebrows, because 90s eyebrows are coming back, and you keep seeing it more and more, and I'm like, don't do that.
Don't do that. I've definitely done that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I screwed myself.
I used to have very thin eyebrows, but they grew back. Yeah.
Is there anything? Does castor oil help?
Yes.
I've heard
for
that
some
helps,
people,
right?
it really depends on the hair and how you like. Everyone is different. Some people react better to that, and some don't.
So, what else are you doing, Mari, to spice up your life? I feel like you do such cool things beyond just being a makeup artist and hustling.
I got into DJing during COVID, and it's been so much fun, and it's like I would say my creative outlet outside of makeup. I used to play piano when I was in school, and then I stopped, And it was very dramatic because I stopped. I told my parents, sell the piano, I'm never going to touch it again. And I feel like during COVID, when I got into DJing, I reconnected to music, and it's been beautiful and very fun. Now I keep it to like maybe once, twice a week, the most.
That's a lot.
The most. Like I'm not, like, I used to do like 4 parties a week, and I'm like, okay, that
my
doesn't work.
What's your DJ genre of choice?
I play a lot of Afro house,
Love
Latin
Afro
house,
house.
and I love disco. I
So
love disco.
fun.
Yeah, very happy and dancey music. I want to make everyone dance. That's my agenda.
That's the best goal ever. I wanna come. So are you making money from DJing? Like, are you working actual clubs right now? Like, what's been your most fun set?
I mean, I definitely don't play for free. Like, if it's a commercial club who is hiring me and they making money, like, I look at it as, you know, it's business, right? I'll play for my friends for free, like, anytime. But also, if the club is hiring me and they making money on me playing, where like people follow me and come to see me, of course I should get paid as well. So it's like any other job, you know. So
A paid hobby. I know. That's why I was like, is it a hobby or are you getting paid?
Yeah.
So it's a side hustle.
Yeah.
So, well, mentorship programs. I did see that you
Oh my
started a
God.
program.
Yes. I'm like, I totally forgot. I love teaching and sharing my knowledge. So I've been teaching a lot before COVID, also in person, and mostly makeup artists. And then after COVID, like, I still teach and I do a lot of classes for lashes. You can learn how to do makeup. You need to practice. Of course, you can watch. There's enough to watch. Like, if you open Instagram, all you see is like makeup tutorials.
I'm thinking of like Charlotte Duxbury in my head and her just doing those crazy transformations all over. Yeah, it's the rave, all the rave right now.
Yeah. My idea with my mentorship program was to help makeup artists to like boost their career. That's why I called it the artist boost. So for me, I think as immigrant and coming to the States and not knowing the culture, not knowing the business, I really had to learn like everything about this business, like how to send an invoice. I didn't know, like I never had to do that.
And how to quote clients. How do you know how to do that?
How to get signed with the agency, how to build my portfolio. So I wanted to concentrate on sharing the business aspect of this job. So I created this program. It's a mentorship program. I'm actually relaunching it in January.
Perfect.
Yeah, so like,
perfect timing. Yes.
My first one was very small, and now I'm gonna open to more people. And I just really want everyone to succeed. I want people to do what they love and be able to make living on it, not like have a, like another job to pay for your. Like, I'm like, you can. It's a big industry, and if you have right tools and you know what to do, absolutely you can do it.
Do you feel like you were inspired to create this program because of mentors that you've had throughout your career?
Yes, I had amazing mentors who were very like open and giving, and this industry, there is no like ABC steps, it's very open, but also I feel like a lot of people in this industry coming from this mindset that it's small and everyone is kind of fighting for the same jobs, and I believe that there's enough jobs and everyone can get enough. So a lot of people don't want to share what they do or how they do it.
They want to they're secretive about their success.
Yeah, and everyone is kind of holding on the client. So and I'm like, I just like, no, I don't know. I feel like it's enough for everyone in this world, and I just wanted to share what I know and what I learned. So, and I also had to collect all these pieces from different sources throughout the years. There's no makeup school that will teach you how to do all of this. And I'm like, I want a person to come and like, with the goal, what do you want to do? And like, okay, I think having a clear goal is the first step, and then you can figure out how to get there.
Well, that's a beautiful thing to give back to and help the people that were in the same shoes that you were in, 10 plus years ago. I do want to know about quoting people, and that's such a big part of this business, right? So when you first started out, you were making no money. It's doing a lot of things for free. How did you then start to realize your worth and realize, okay, I can actually start charging a certain amount?
As a starting out artist, you need to understand you're not gonna be able to charge the same amount as like artists who's been working for 15 years. Also, you cannot do the job that that artist does. You know, my friend says, very good quote, she's like, it took me 15 years to learn how to do this in 15 minutes. And it's true. Like because I can do makeup in 40 minutes, that like for someone who will take 2 hours, doesn't mean I worth less. I'm like, it actually took me much longer to get to this point. Like, I feel like you get to the point when you understand, like, I can do this, I can do anything, and no matter what happens, like, I can do makeup with my eyes closed in a dark room, like upside down, everything. I've done a makeup on a client who was sleeping.
No way. Okay, I want to hear more about that. What happened?
The girl was exhausted. Apparently, she's.
Wait, was she sitting up straight first?
She was like kind of like laying down like this, and I had to do her makeup while she was sleeping.
Was her mouth like wide open, drooling?
Thank you.
No? Okay,
not
good.
That. At least she was like just.
She was a peaceful sleeper. Okay, that's good.
I don't know how it looks because she's not looking straight. It's gonna look different.
How'd it come out?
It was okay. It was okay. Like the skin looked great. The eyes, and like it's hard because like for me, I do makeup with the idea that you're gonna look straight. Your eyes gonna be
Right,
open.
you're like symmetrical. Right.
Yeah. So, but it was good. It was good. It worked out. But I never worked with her again.
It's a mutual. Yeah, it's probably
like,
this is not gonna work for me.
Yeah. So, but in general, like my clients, they like value my job, so they value what I bring, and that's what I want. I want those clients. I don't want clients who don't care. So I'm like,
have you had people be like, Mari, $300? That's absurd. Like, what are you charging me?
I like yes, and but then sometimes you have to say no. Like I have to raise my prices. Everything gets more expensive. Like you don't choose to go to a 5 Michelin star restaurant and then tell them, oh, this is crazy what you're charging. Like then don't go. Then go to McDonald's.
Right. The quality is very different.
So I understand what I bring, and I understand my work, and I know that like what I do, someone else cannot do it. So I think it comes mostly from you and from your worth and what you understand. There's always going to be someone who's going to say, oh, it's too expensive. And then there's someone who is going to pay and not even think about it.
Yeah.
So you are like, in the end of the day, like I think then you attract people who think you're worth it and who appreciate your work.
That's a really difficult thing though to start to figure out of like who should I say yes to and who should I say no to. Like do you feel like in the past you've ever been burned by people that didn't recognize your worth at the time?
Yeah. But then you do the job and you agree on something on like lower rate, or you agree to do something with discount, with the idea that, and I've had that with even commercial clients who like, okay, can we do this now for cheaper? And then as soon as we have more money, we can pay you more. We have bigger budgets. And as soon as they have their budget, what they do? They're going to go hire someone who is more expensive and who has a bigger name. So that happened. And
that sucks. Yeah.
So and then you just need to decide for yourself. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is how much I'm worth, and it's your choice. Do it or not. And yes, it's difficult as a freelancer. Sometimes you have to say no, and you're like, damn, I could have made that whatever $500, but then I'm like, but it would not feel good.
Yeah.
You know. So if it doesn't feel good to me, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's more about how you feel and like knowing your worth. And it's really hard to come to that point though of feeling so confident in what you do after someone saying to you, oh, you're not worth that much. Can we do it for $100 cheaper? Yeah. So
I'm like, yeah, sure. You can find
someone.
You can find that artist. I can even help you to find someone. Not like because like, you know, it's not to say anything bad, but I know so many artists who will do it. And I know so many artists who like maybe just starting out or like assisting or whatever, and they will be so happy to get this job and do it for that much. So let them take that job.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the like 20 years of experience that I do, and it's okay and it's fine, and I'm happy for them to take that job.
So with your level of experience, not only from doing this since you were young, but also the amount of education that you've gotten just on the industry itself and in the techniques that you've learned over time, what are celebrity clients paying you?
It really depends. Okay, it's not just the celebrity. It depends where they're going, who paying, because if it's a production, then production pays for it. If they sometimes pay out of pocket, whatever. So, but the range goes between 500 to 6,000.
Damn. So $6,000
so far. There's more for sure. There's more, but.
And is this, just to clarify, this is just for one person's makeup?
Yeah.
And how long would that session typically take?
If it's like Met Gala, my client wants me to be with her for 5 hours, from the beginning to the end, until she walks on that red carpet.
What are you doing for 5 hours? Touch-ups, making sure it's set properly?
It's a whole production, you know, like
Wow.
it's, I'm there with her. I get there early. I'll do the face massage. We do a mask. We do prep, and then she needs to try her dress, and then whatever. Then photographer comes. It's the whole production.
Wow, I'm just in shock. Not because I know you're an amazing artist, but I'm just like, wow, that is, for someone like myself that doesn't really spend money on makeup and my appearance in that way, like you just don't, I don't think you know how much.
But that's like, exactly, it's not for everyday person. Like,
right.
That it's not, and there's many like layers to that involved. There could be also sponsors and things, and there's so much involved that people don't even understand. You know, you're like, oh, like this is how much it costs, but like you you don't know if you're not in this industry.
Right.
That's why also when people say, oh, like your rate is like too high, think about it. As a freelancer, I don't get any benefits.
Health insurance.
Retirement.
Yeah.
I don't have my health insurance. I pay my own taxes. I pay for me coming to you with my suitcase, like Uber back and forth. So if you actually count it out of my rate, in the end of the day, I'm getting like less than 50% of that rate.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of that money. Yeah.
That also needs to be understood when I'm like, oh, you're so expensive. I'm like, in the end of the day, it's not.
It's not. Yeah. Wow. Well, this is like really honestly great information that I'm so excited I now know. And I'm sure people listening will be even more excited to hear it. So
people will be like, Mari making all this money.
Mari's making dough out here. Mari is slaying. But Maria, I want to know, before we wrap up and do my lashes for the night, because I've never done real lashes before, so I'm very excited to try these. What is your biggest piece of advice that you can offer someone in their early stages of their makeup artistry career? What would you say to those people?
I would say, if that's what you love and that's what you do, just go for it. It's never gonna be easy. Even like when you're successful and established and everything, it's up and downs. Like it's always something, it happens. Today was a perfect day. It was amazing. And then I might not work for 2 weeks. And that's also okay. Like, because I still love makeup. Like 20 years later, I'm still excited. I'm like never bored out of it. Like I want to go do makeup for my clients. I have so much fun with them. And like, I rather live that life where I'm actually excited to go to work, where like go to an office and sit miserable and like hate my life. So just go for what you love.
Well, that's a great piece of advice. I can't wait to get my lashes done.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.